everybody. How's everybody doing? This is Cherie and welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. I thought I'd go over, I'm going to be in the devotional today of devotions from the front porch, okay? And we are going to go over one called Sun Tea. And that's on page 78. If you happen to have that devotional and want to read along with me, that's great. Let's see, if you like this video, you can hit the thumbs up. That would be great. I would appreciate that. And if you like the channel, subscribe. We do all kinds of different videos on here. You can check out my playlist and all my videos on my channel and see if there's anything that strikes your fancy. But anyway, we're going to go over this devotional real quick, and it is out of Matthew chapter 6. And the devotion is in verse 6, but I'm going to start reading a little bit ahead of that. And it says, when you pray, this is in verse 5, when you pray, don't be like the hypocrites who love to pray publicly on street corners and in the synagogues where everyone can see them. I tell you the truth, that is all the reward that they will ever get. But when you pray, go away by yourself. Shut the door behind you and pray to your Father in private. Then your Father, who sees everything, will reward you. And it says, when you pray, don't babble on and on as people of other religions do. They think their prayers are answered merely by repeating their words again and again. Don't be like them, for your Father knows exactly what you need even before you ask Him. And then it goes on telling you, how to pray in Matthew 6:9, and it's teaching you about prayer. But prayer is very important, and there's different ways to pray, places to pray. On your way to work, on your way to the grocery store, in the car, in the shower, in the living room, in the closet. I mean, it don't make no difference, I don't guess. As long as you pray to God, because He knows what you need, like it says, before you even ask Him. But you're doing the gesture of praying to God. So, let's see here. Okay, now you're probably not going to be able to read that unless you zoom in on it, but I just thought I'd give you that picture to look at. On the sun tea. Do you remember making sun tea years and years ago? That was the big thing, sun tea. It says, growing up, it wasn't uncommon to see a jar of tea sitting in the sun on Mama's front porch. A quick internet search would reveal a popular food site that lists 12 steps for making sun tea. Count them, 12. But do you know what you need to make sun tea? Sun, water, and tea bags. That's it. It's quite possible that we've made things far too complicated. Prayer has become the same way. Type the words how to pray into a search engine, and you'll get more than 180 million results in less than half a second. You'll find articles and books to study, suggestions of classes to take, and more how to blog posts than one person can ever get around to reading. A person could spend every waking moment trying to figure out how to pray and never get around to actually praying. The disciples who followed Jesus during His earthly ministry witnessed His devotion to prayer as He regularly retreated to privately talk to God. When Jesus instructed His disciples on the practice of prayer, He didn't teach them a pray acrostic. He didn't list 7 ways to get closer to God. There was nothing complicated in Jesus' approach to prayer. You go into your room, you shut the door, and you pray. Prayer is unhurried. It's uncomplicated. It's refreshing, kind of like a tall glass of sun tea. Lord, thank you for modeling a consistent prayer life. Help me to follow your recipe for prayer and not the complicated concept that the world offers. And there's your sun tea. I remember making sun tea on the back porch or the back deck or patio or whatever you had, the front porch, anywhere that the tea could get the sun. But yeah, and it was so good. I don't know what made it so good. I don't know if the sun did something to it or what, but that was the best tea. Now, it took a little while to make it because, you know, the sun had to get the water going and the tea had to brew in that sun tea. But there was even a little, there was a jar, you know, I might remember, and I think it even said sun tea on it. It might have had lemons on it or something. I don't remember. It's clear. I remember the jar because it had a big lid, you know, that went on, that screwed on it. And it was kind of like a big, huge, tall, big mason jar type of thing, you know. And then you'd put your tea bags down in there in the water and let the tea bags come out over top at the top, and then you screw the lid on it, and that'd hold your tea bags down in the water, and you could watch it brew. You know, you could see that, you know, the clear water would start turning brown, you know, from the tea, and it'd get stronger and stronger, and then you just take it out and add your sugar, and there you are, well off sun tea. But you usually made them a little bit ahead, so you always had some. But I love tea. I love sweet tea. I don't like unsweet tea. That shouldn't even be allowed, unsweet tea. That's not American. I don't know who drinks unsweet tea, but it ain't me. But maybe you look a lot better than I do. We won't go there. But yeah, our prayer life doesn't have to be complicated. Don't make it a chore. Don't make it something that, you know, you try to come up with big fancy words and stuff and go on and on and on. Short and sweet, as long as you mean it. God knows your need. You know, pray before meals, pray when you can, you know, all the time, before you go to bed and when you wake up. Like I said, anywhere you get the notion to pray, in the garden, mowing the grass, it doesn't make any difference. God listens to you where you are, okay, where you are. But anyway, I wanted to go over a couple things. I want to go over the sun tea. And let's see. Oh, you know what I've discovered? I am not a coffee drinker. I've never been. I love the smell of it, but I hate the taste of it. But I discovered iced coffee. And I have been making my own iced coffee. Now, I like Chobani, Chobani, creamers and stuff. I like their yogurt. I like their creamers. But it's called Chobani. Now, let's see. I think I got Starbucks cold brew. I think's what it was. Let me think here. Yeah, I think it was Starbucks cold brew that you can get, where you get these Chobani creamers, like around the creamer section in the refrigerated section. And then I got some little pods that come in a box. I want to say they're Green Mountain or something like that. But they're like vanilla caramel. And vanilla caramel is what I like. I know they have brown sugar and all this stuff. I don't think I like it. I like vanilla caramel. And then they've got this little squirt creamer that goes on top of it. And I forgot to put my little caramel syrup. And then they got a little caramel syrup. But this Chobani that I get is low fat. It's like no fat. So it's really calorie friendly. And it tastes good. I love it. And if I do iced coffee, I can drink on this thing all day, because it's just like having a glass of pop, kind of. And I need caffeine. And as you can tell, when I have caffeine, I talk 100 miles an hour. But I drank one the other day. It was the first time I'd ever had anything like this. I don't think I shut up for 40 minutes. I swear, I think I talked the whole day. But anyway, it's my caffeine, and I get so sluggish all the time. I have to have pop or something, and I'm trying not to drink pop, except maybe when I go out and eat, I might have one. But at home, I'm drinking water and or an iced coffee. But I do either the cold brew. Today I did cold brew and vanilla and caramel, and then I added my Chobani vanilla and caramel creamer, and then a squirt of that caramel stuff. And then I have a little drizzle thing of caramel, but I didn't use it today, but that's okay. And then I also have the pods if I want to do it that way. And then, you know, whatever. But anyway, and then I added some water to it. But it's really good, so I really like that. So I discovered something. I said my taste buds are finally growing up, little by little. It's about time, right? Okay, the other thing I wanted to go over. I've had some of you asking me about sticker books and stuff, from where I put stickers in my devotionals. And give me a second here, and I'll try to figure out which ones I think you all may have been wanting to know. Wanting to know about. Hang on, I dropped this. If I don't get it, Bella will. I don't want to upset my chair when I bend over to get it either. Okay, let's see here. I think this is one of the ones that I get some of those out of, the food ones. And okay, all right, let me show you. This is a Create 365 Happy Planner sticker book. Okay, and this is the tinies because they're little, of course. Duh. But anyway, this is the one that I get most of them out of. And as you can see on the back, they've got like trees, cactuses, they've got food, they've got all kinds of things. Let me see if I can thumb through it here a little bit. I might have some loose pages. It's got nail polishes and anything to do with your life and planning and stuff like that. But this is the one that I get most of the ones that I share on here out of in my devotionals that I put in there, because there's something for just about everything in here. But this is the one that it is. And you can get them on Amazon. You might be able to find them at Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure. But that's that one. And that is mostly the one that I get things out of. Sometimes I will get one out of this one called Faith. Sometimes I will. And let's see. Let me see if there's anything in this one. And then my florals, I get out of all kinds of different ones. This is another mini one. It says Choose Happy. It's a petite one. But those are the main ones. But the tiny ones, any of the tiny ones, are the ones that I use in my devotional books. And in case you don't know what I'm even talking about, if you've not seen the videos, in my devotionals, in my devotional books, sometimes, I don't do it all the time, but sometimes I will put stickers that go along with what this is talking about, okay? And if you'll go back a video or two or three, you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. But that's how I do it. I talk about worry and fear and different things. But and that is out of this devotional. Some of you have asked about that. This is the other devotional I use sometimes on here. But anyway, I wanted to go over that with you. They're usually the Happy Planner Tiny. Now, I've got sticker books over here. But yeah, they're usually the tiny because they'll fit in the devotional books good. But you can get stickers of different kinds of stickers at Dollar Tree. I'm not sure if Dollar General has them or not. I don't remember, but I know Dollar Tree has stickers, all different kinds. You know, I don't draw, and I don't draw. Okay, so I can't draw pictures. I'd love to be able to, but I don't know how to do that. I can't do it. I've never been artistic like that. So anyway, I use stickers. So that's why I put the stickers in there. Plus, it adds a little fun to it, and you know, it just makes it fun. So anyway, I hope you all have a great day. I won't keep you no longer. I try to do Faith in a Flash and make them really short, but this one seems to be going a little bit longer. So anyway, I've got to get my day going, but I wanted to tell you all hi and go over that devotional for you, or with you. And hopefully you got a blessing from it. And remember to pray wherever you are. And you all have a good day. And I'll hopefully, Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise. Good Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise. I'll be back here soon. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.